bring it to the flow.
Talent grace, I'm never gonna be done. Lean on in. Now welcome to the kingdom.
Bonjour, you're watching Women's Wrestling Talk. My name is TK Trinidad, aka the Canadian Assassin, and I am not alone. She is the ultimate cat mom, and she's also a wrestler. Please welcome Sarah the Rebel.
What it do?
Hey, and like I said, you guys, you sometimes here to see us, but you are more here to see our guest. And this guest is absolutely amazing. This is her second time coming on the show. She is the culture queen, the Boica. I'm always going to get that wrong. Pettiest one, the brightest star in the sky. Please welcome from Impact, Tasha Steelz.
Hey, the Boricua badass.
You know what? I say it when I'm not on camera properly, and obviously you're going to think I'm lying, but I'm not. I say it when I'm not on camera properly, but anytime I have to say it on camera, I always mess it up. And anyways, you know what? The next time you come on the show, I'm just going to skip that part and just.
No, don't skip it. You gotta learn it. You gotta get it. Like I'm teaching people how to say, oh, you gotta get that. You gotta get there.
That part's not happening for me. However, I did like, I already know what I'm capable of, and that's not one of them. But I did like when you did your promo when you just started at Impact, and that and you ended with that. I was like, oh, okay. It's just your blend of like who you are and like just your East Coast vibe. It's just so real, and then you just tighten it. You just put it with the wrestling. It's just like I love it. It's something
all that flavor. It's all that flavor.
It is, I completely agree. So tell us about last time we spoke. You were on the indie scene. Now you're signed to Impact. So what's that experience like? What was like? How did that come about?
Man, it's just been a long time coming, and to me, I just feel like this is the start of the race. Most people think like when they get signed, it's like, okay, finally I could take a breather. I'm signed. I'm here. I'm guaranteed. Like to me, it's still like the start of the race to me because I haven't accomplished everything that I need to accomplish. So it's like I'm now, the gun has gone off. Now I'm in the race. So it's like, okay, I'm still going because I have a lot of things I still need to do. Just because I'm signed doesn't mean like it's over for me. Like I have still so much to accomplish. So it's like, it's been great because, I had my buzz up there, being on the indie scene and doing stuff for Ring of Honor, doing stuff for NWA. And, it was just around the same time I was just getting something offered from NXT that I wasn't really agreeing with. So I had just been showing up to Impact tapings, wherever they were that I can get to. I just been showing up. And that's kind of like how my mentality is, my hustle mentality is. A lot of people like to send emails, but I just like to show up because it's like, it's better if they see your face and you mark it in person than just to send an email or say, hey, look at my Twitter. Because 9 times out of 10, they're not really looking because they're too busy. So it's like, if you could show up in person, it's better for them. So I try and get through that to a lot of people as well. So I would just show up to a lot of their tapings and I would just keep introducing myself to Gail, to Scott, to Tommy, to D'Lo. Like I would just keep introducing myself until they get my name stuck in their head.
Right.
And it was just also with Kiera and Jessica Havoc and all the girls back there, Madison Rain, they were all just preaching my name and was just like, this girl is good. Like you really have to bring her in. Like you have to see her. And it just kept flowing through. And at the same time, I was working with NWA. So it was just really good for me. And I think I went to one of the tapings in New York last year in December. And it was just like that thing where like Gail came up to me. She was like, you know what? I love how you just keep showing up here and we want to start bringing you in. And that was just like the excitement for me. But I was just like, seeing is believing. So I kept working. Like I didn't stop. I didn't like take that as a guarantee. I just kept working. And then COVID hit and I was like, oh, damn. Like, does that mean my opportunity is over? Like, I don't know what else to do, And luckily, it was just like right after my birthday. My birthday is April 3rd. Like a couple days after my birthday, I got a call from Tommy Dreamer. And he said, hey, listen, I have an opportunity for you. Can't guarantee something else is going to happen down the line, but I have an opportunity for you. Would you take it? And this is like the start of COVID. And to me, I was just like, damn, do I go? Is it risky? Like, but I don't want to let this opportunity go. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to go. I hit up Kiera. I said, "Hey, I'm coming to Impact. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what we're gonna do at this point, but I'm coming, and I'm just not gonna leave until they offer me something." And that's what I did. Like I showed out. I showed up. They gave me 5 seconds, 5 minutes. It didn't matter. I just kept shining. And like last day of tapings, it was a 3-day tapings. Last day of tapings, I got offered a contract, and I said,
Nice.
"Oh yeah."
That's like hard work paying off at its finest. Like that's
Yes.
people don't learn from that, like what you just said. Like especially in this era, everybody's like, oh well, you can see me on social media. It's like sometimes it's not just about social media. It's about that like interaction and that I call it harassment, but politely, like sending the emails and making the phone calls just so they remember your name. Like that just is so helpful. So now you're with Impact, and now you have a faction. I want to call it a faction, Flavor and Fire with Kiera, and you guys are kind of going for the tag team championship. So you guys are making your way. What do you think it will take for you guys to be become the tag team champions?
We just have to stay focused, and that's what we've been doing. We've been staying focused. We've been just outshining the competition. Not to say that it's easy. It's not easy because everyone brings their own sort of like style in every different way. Everyone is just so tough. We have tough competitors, but we've been keeping ourselves just like mentally and physically focused. Been working out 10 times harder. We've just been sending each other messages back and forth like, all right, we got this. This is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. We got to come up with some type of strategy. It's just our little own fire and flavor way. And I think it's been working out, but we have a tough competitor in us with the Sea Stars.
Yeah,
so we have that coming up.
Have you wrestled them before? Have you worked against them or with them before?
I have. I don't believe Kiera has, but I have in the past. I've worked against the Sea Stars. I worked against one half of the Sea Stars alone. And let me say, they are some tough girls. Like especially Ashley, which is the smaller of the Sea Stars. She's very tough. And Delmy is who she says she is. She is definitely one of the boys because she does hit hard. So they are some tough girls. So we that's a hump we got to get over first. And then whoever else we got next, it's just the road leading to the tag titles, and hopefully we get there. We get to the finals, and we can get what's coming to us, what we deserve, which is the knockout tag titles.
Now, before you were signed with Impact, like it just seems like you and Kiera, like some people, they come together and you can kind of see like they're just put together and it doesn't really kind of blend. It just seems like you and Kiera just have like this, like what's going to happen before it even happens. And I feel like even if it's like, okay, well, we're going to put you guys as a tag team, you guys had that even before you were signed with Impact. Like, have you guys tagged together, or were you guys good friends, or did you guys see each other on the scene a lot and you just kind of stayed in contact? Like, can you explain that?
Yeah, we've been friends for a long time. We met we met at a tournament. I think it was like back in 2015, 2016. It was a tournament in New Jersey, and that's where we met. And we've been friends ever since that day. Like, it was just something about Kiera that I was just like, it's just we connect instantly. Like, you don't really do that with too many people. Mm-hmm. And that's what I instantly did with her. And we just became friends. And every time we would see each other, like backstage or just to hang out, it would just always be a real good time. And I'm also very close with her girlfriend, Diamante, which is my prima, which is a cousin in Espanol. And we've had our play cousin.
Don't look at me like that, Sarah. Don't look at me like that. Anything is possible. I just have to double check.
You see the resemblance a little bit. I got a little Cuban in me a little bit.
I got white cousins, so it's possible. I
just don't know what's up. Like, it doesn't matter. Does it matter if it's blood or not? Right?
It's pretty much.
It doesn't matter. However, I am very nosy, and I'm just.
I'm sorry. It's all good. It's all good. I mean, we might as well be blood the way that we are. Like, if you just sit with Diamante and I for like 5-10 minutes, you're like, okay, you guys are like real life family, because we're just like that all the time. But yeah, we've had like our battles on the indie scenes a lot, and it was just like this one promotion that all three of us are regulars at, and we would Diamante and I had like a feud, and I was like, well, what if we added Kiera to it, because Kiera is Diamante's girlfriend. So it's like, what if we add her to it? I think this would be great, and they agreed to it, and then I ended up fighting Kiera in a street fight, which was amazing. Like it was like the one of the best female street fights I've ever seen and been in. So but it was good. We've had our battles against each other, but tagging I think is 10 times more better, because it's like when you blend those two, that flavor and that fire, it's like you can't say no to that.
So speaking of the blend, right, people who fit in, if you could, let's say you guys really were a faction instead of just a tag team, who would you want to add to your faction, male or female?
Oh man, listen, we I think we had this in our mind already. It would be me, Kiera, Diamante, Big Swole.
Yeah.
Like all four of us.
Yeah.
It's like TLC mixed with something else and just blend all that together. Like that's one hell of a faction.
That's maybe too much power in one faction.
It probably is. It probably is, but we always thought about that. We was like, no matter where we go, maybe we should just try to like pitch that to somebody. Like, what if four of us were a faction together? Like, how crazy would that be? But hopefully one day we'll get that soon.
That's awesome. So speaking of pitching things, like at Impact, do you feel like you ever get to pitch things, or right now because you're new, or you just kind of like going with the flow? Do they have that kind of collaborative, or is it more like with WWE where they have writers and you kind of just go with it?
They have writers, but they're very open-minded to whatever ideas that the talent has, because at the end of the day, we're putting on the performance and we're doing these segments and we're doing these promos. So it's like you have to do it in our way and how we would say it or how we would perform it. So it's like they're always open to any ideas. It makes it a lot easier on them anyway. So when they have their meetings, they're like, all right, well, such and such just pitched this. What do you guys think? And 9 times out of 10, it always works out, because we're not like trying to pitch anything silly. Like we're trying to do stuff that's like, good for our product and would have more eyes on our product and would make our product, like just trend even more on Twitter and other social media. So yeah, my thing is that I don't care whether I'm new or not. I like to voice my opinion, and I like to say and do things. Sometimes even if like they say, no, don't do that. But I'm like, watch when I do it. You guys are going to love it. Trust me. You're going to love it once when I do it. So I'm very open-minded. I like to just be spontaneous and do it. If I get in trouble for it, sorry. But at the end of the day, if it makes good for the product, I'd rather do it and make good for the product.
Nice. So COVID happened, all that stuff. And, fortunately, you actually kind of got a job once, like when COVID did happen. As far as like home life, has that changed? Like, because you're in Jersey, right? So it's kind of like adjacent to New York. Did that kind of change, like how like a lot of stuff closed down? Like how was your life outside of wrestling?
Yeah, I'm like a busybody. Like I kind of have like, ADHD, so I don't like to sit. I have to like up and do things. So it's like going to the gym all the time, or just, just hanging out and just like going for walks or whatever I have to do just to get out the house and not just sit. I do. So when COVID happened and I had to sit my ass down, I was kind of like going nuts, because I was like, I don't know. I could be on social media, but it was just like, I'll get bored after a while and I need to get up and I need to do things. And there was no gym for like months. And that drove me nuts, because I'm a big gym rat. So I was literally like, well, how many push-ups can I do? And how many sit-ups can I do until I get this gym back open? And, I couldn't hang out with people because it's like, all right, COVID happened. Everybody needs to get tested. Everybody needs to be safe. So that was my thing. I at the end of the day, I always wanted to be safe, but I had to sit here, but I still have, my puppy, and I have my mom with me and my sister. So I was able to just be with them and talk with them. Like I wasn't alone, but still,
right.
Like I like to get up and go, I like to travel, I like to do things. And I couldn't do that. It was like hard for me, but eventually we got through it somehow.
Okay. So 2021 is upon us. I have a prediction. I think you and Kiera are going to take the title. So once you guys have that title in 2021, what's the game plan? What do you hope will happen as far as wrestling in the new year for you guys?
We are gonna act a damn fool. I can tell you that. That's guaranteed. We're gonna act a whole fool when we get these titles. Like we throwing that up in the air, prayer circle, everything. But our main goal is like we are gonna show the world why we deserve what we deserve, and I believe we will be the first African American tag team in Impact to be tag team champions. So knockout tag team champions. So that would be great for us as well. We're creating new history on top of the history that's behind these titles. So I just see a bright future for the both of us, and I just see us climbing that mountain and just staying on the top of that mountain and just leading, just being the leaders and not following and having inspiring other young up and coming females to want to do the same thing that we do.
I'm always rooting for everybody black. That's one of my mantras. Go all the way.
Hey, that's what's up.
It's just me and my girl. That's what we always say. Oh, who's on this? Oh, okay, I know who I'm rooting for.
That's what's up. I love it.
Havoc. I really do. But
So we're gonna get into rapid hot tags real quick. So we're gonna ask you a few questions. You're gonna say the first thing that comes into your mind. First question: favorite quarantine snack?
Pizza.
New York style pizza.
Oh hell yeah.
Do you prefer working out at home or at the gym?
The gym.
Cooking at home or ordering out?
Oh, I love to cook.
Okay. What's your favorite meal to cook?
I'm very big on Italian dishes. So I just love cooking everything, pasta. Like my grandmother calls me and said, "Girl, you better cook some soul food." But I'm like, I love Italian food. It's like one of my favorite foods. And my sister, she's like, you don't like to cook, any, Spanish style food. I was like, no, everything has to be Italian. Get this carbs, get these pastas in, let's go. So.
Oh my goodness. If you were able to wake up tomorrow having gained one quality or ability, what would it be?
Oh man. That's a good one. I would have to say just to be better than I was the day before. Pretty much.
And if you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the body or mind of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which one would you choose?
Oh, I would definitely want the body. You can have my mind. I don't give a damn.
That's okay. All right, Sarah's going to hit the star of the week real quick.
Today's star of the week is Brittany Wonder. Trained under several notable wrestlers, including WWE's Timothy Thatcher, Wonder had an interesting path, first starting training when she was 15 and then resuming when she was 21. She officially debuted in 2012 and was known for her superhero persona at Hood Slam, where she won their Best Athlete in the East Bay title. Wonder was also part of the first USA Stardom Tour, working with many wrestlers who have since gone on to WWE. Be sure to follow her at Ultra Girl FTF and tell her Women's Wrestling Talk sent you. And if you want to learn more about a star of the indie wrestling scene, please shoot us your suggestions for future stars of the week.
There it is. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We really, really appreciate it. I'm just so excited just to see the rise, only the beginning. I mean, it's not even, you've been in the game for a minute, but you know what I'm saying? It's only the beginning as far as seeing other things. Where can everybody find you just in case they are not following you?
Yeah, you can hit me up on Instagram and Twitter at Real T Steelz. That's STEELZ. And follow me, like my stuff, retweet my stuff, keep it up.
And then Impact airs?
Impact airs every Tuesday on Access TV, 8 p.m. Or you can go on twitch.com and just type in Impact Wrestling in the search box, 8 p.m. same time, Eastern Standard Time. And watch your future knockout tag champions go to the top.
Boom. And then you can also, I've learned this, I'm really, really happy that you can go on Impact. I think they have an app. You can sign up to the app and then watch the shows as well. So I'm really happy for that. So definitely go and do that.
Impact Plus app.
Definitely go and do that. I think you just put in your email address. It's a game changer. because I was looking
Yeah.
for it everywhere. So I appreciate that. Thank you, Impact, for putting that together. Sarah, the Rebel, where can everybody find you?
You can find me everywhere at Sarah the Rebel, and Sarah's an H as God in the Bible intended. And check out my Patreon because December is going to be popping.
Hey.
And thank you guys so much for joining us, for watching us. We really appreciate it. Shout out to Natalie for being our first subscriber and everybody who's coming on after that. If you're wondering how you can be a subscriber, you can go on Anchor and just hit the subscribe button. Less than a coffee a day. Like people pay like a ridiculous amount of money for coffee. You can take a little bit of that, downgrade it, and just give us some money because we're really
small.
Just go to like, was it a Venti? I don't know, whatever size Starbucks has. Just go one down from that. But thank you guys so much for joining us. You can follow us on all social media, Instagram at WWTalk, Twitter at WWTalkPod, and you can follow me on everything at TK Trinidad. Till next time, guys. Ciao.